Hello friends, greetings of the day. In the last class, we had discussion about concept of capital and revenue, and we also discussed what is capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Hope you all have acquired sufficient knowledge to distinguish the expenditures into capital and revenue. Now it's the right time to go practically, that is how the common expenses of a running business are divided into capital and revenue. Okay, please open your running notebook, rough notebook, and copy these 8 transactions, and after that we'll distinguish which one is capital and which one is revenue. Okay, do one thing friends, leave 2-3 line gaps. Transaction number 1, leave space for 3 lines. Transaction number 2, leave space for 3 lines. Transaction number 3, leave space for 3 lines. Okay, likewise you maintain for all these 10 points. Then let me discuss all, and hope after discussing all these 10 points you'll be in a position to go further and easily you can distinguish the expenses into capital and revenue. Please take 5 minutes time and do it. Be quick. Over. Let us discuss all the transactions. First is goods purchased. It's expenditure, and we have to classify this expenditure as capital or revenue. Friends, already you had discussed, we have noted, we have argued, we have discussed everything. 2 types of expenditures are of in the nature of capital: acquisition of fixed asset and addition to the existing fixed assets. Purchase of new fixed asset and addition to the existing fixed assets. These 2 expenditures are of capital in nature. Otherwise, the expenditure can never be categorized as capital expenditure. Goods purchased expenditure, but normally, generally, the goods purchased are to be resold during this year only, and benefit will be derived. So, amount incurred for purchase of goods is expenditure and it's a revenue expenditure. Okay, write down. Its answer you write down. It is a revenue expenditure. It is a revenue expenditure because the goods purchased are usually and generally sold in that year. And the benefit of such expenditure is derived in one accounting year. Full stop. Okay, good. Next, paid for printing and stationery. Printing stationery, totally revenue expenditure because it involves cost of printing forms, bill books, etc. And stationery includes cost of office stationeries such as stapler pin, pencil, eraser, correction pen, carbon paper, printing paper, etc. Okay, so expenditure on printing and stationery will be revenue expenditure because by incurring expenditure on printing and stationery, no fixed asset comes into existence nor existing fixed asset increases its life or capacity. Okay, so you write down this is revenue expenditure, you write down the explanation and narration. Printing and stationery is a revenue expenditure, is a revenue expenditure because it is meant, MEANT, meant for day-to-day operation, day-to-day operation of the business. Full stop. Okay, next. Wages paid on installation of a machine. Here you must obtain a new knowledge. When we purchase a fixed asset, we incur certain expenses to make into usable condition. You paid 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs to purchase a generator, electric generator. You see, the 3 lakhs you paid to purchase it is no doubt capital expenditure, but without installation you cannot use it. Sir, installation bole to you have to prepare a platform made of cement, concrete, etc. You have to put the generator in the platform and make necessary electric connections to your main board, electric board. The cost of preparing such platform, concrete platform, cost incurred to make electric connections to your main board, electric board. These are the main or important costs without which you cannot run the generator. Okay. After installation of the generator, you can continue its operation for providing electricity in the absence of main power. Okay. The cost incurred to make the purchased generator into its usable condition is capital expenditure. I mean to say, you paid 3 lakhs to purchase the generator, capital expenditure. You incurred 40,000 for creating that cement or concrete platform and necessary electrifications, wiring, etc. Okay, that 40,000 is also capital expenditure, right? Without incurring such expenditure, the generator you purchased is not in usable condition. Okay, the cost of generator and cost incurred to make into usable condition, both are capital expenditure, right? Once the capital expenditure has become ready to use, the other expenses incurred will be revenue expenses, right? So wages paid for installation of a machine. The purchased machine will be installed by labor force, and wages paid or the amount paid to the labor force will be called as wages. We have laborers for converting the raw materials into finished goods. The amount paid to them will be called as wages. On the other side, we have some laborers who are engaged in installing the machine. The amount paid to them also called as wages. Here, payment to laborers wages. Here also, payment to laborers will be called as wages. But the wages paid to laborers who have engaged in converting the raw materials into finished goods is expenditure which are in the nature of revenue expenditure, but wages paid to the workers who have engaged in installing the machine are in the nature of capital expenditures. Okay, hence wages paid on installation of a machine is an expenditure and its nature is capital expenditure. Please note down. Installation of machine, write down under this point. Installation of a machine is part of installation of machine is part of acquisition of machine. Acquisition means purchase. Okay, full stop. Hence, HENC, hence, comma, it is a capital expenditure. Full stop. Next, paid for repairs of factory building. Building is an asset, fixed asset. You have not purchased fixed asset, and by repairing the building remained building and the capacity of building also remains same. Hence, why you have incurred the expenditure? It is in the nature of repairs. If you won't carry out day-to-day repair and maintenance of an existing asset, it will not work with its originality, right? So, in case of building, it needs time to time repairing, each year of whitewashing, etc. Okay? So, existing fixed asset to be maintained with incurrence of some expenses, and expenditure incurred to maintaining or to maintain the already existing asset in its good condition are called revenue expenditures. Okay, hence the answer is paid for repairing of factory building is a revenue expenditure. Okay, note down. Start. It is a revenue expenditure. It is a revenue expenditure since it is incurred in the ordinary course of business. In the ordinary course of business. Full stop. Such repairs are necessary to keep the assets in good condition. That is, in good condition. That is, running condition. Next, point number 5. Payment made to change the petrol engine into diesel engine. Very good transaction. See, business is having a jeep and it's petrol driven jeep. Cost of petrol is rupees 75 per liter and its mileage is only 8 to 10 kilometers. If you incur 75 rupees, it will run for 8 to 10 kilometers. Nowadays, diesel driven jeeps are available and if you incur 70 rupees cost of diesel per liter, it will run 22 kilometers. See what to do. Sir, better change the jeep. Sell the old jeep, purchase a new jeep. If you sell the jeep is in good condition. Its demerit is mileage, or else jeep is in good condition and it's very old style jeep, very good one. If you sell it, it will give you only 20 to 30,000, and to purchase another jeep you have to incur 6 to 7 lakhs. Now tell me what to do. Silence. There is an option. Don't go for the new jeep. Just pay 2 lakhs. Instead of 6 to 7 lakhs, you just pay 2 lakhs. Change the petrol driven engine and replace it by diesel driven engine. It will involve only incurrence of 2 lakhs. As a result, you will get the same benefit. By incurring rupees 70 of diesel, your jeep will run for 22 kilometers. What to do? I will go for the second option. Because for every businessman, investment is a vital factor. Every businessman will decide, will go for less investment, more benefit. From that point of view, I will suggest go for replacement of the petrol driven engine by diesel driven engine. Okay? As per my view, the business has done the work. What he did, it has replaced the petrol driven engine by a diesel driven engine for which it incurred 2 lakh rupees. The 2 lakh it has incurred is an expenditure. What you will say? Which category? Revenue. Revenue. Why? You are right. Good reply. One of my friend is saying, sir, before 2 lakhs it was jeep, after incurrence of 2 lakhs it is also jeep. So revenue expenditure. No. You are right, but not revenue expenditure. It was jeep and right now it is also jeep. But its performance increased. In future, it will perform very good as compared to the past. That is why the amount incurred will be treated as capital expenditure. No. Okay, you are also correct. If by incurring 2 lakh, my jeep is converted into mini truck, it's capital expenditure. Right. Here also it is capital expenditure. Though the jeep remained as jeep, but its performance increased. Against 75 rupees petrol, it was running for 7 to 8 or 10 kilometers. Now, by incurring 70 rupees, it is running for 22 kilometers. See, performance increased, and this performance increase is enduring in nature. Enduring means forever, not only for today or tomorrow, it will perform in future also. So the 2 lakh benefit we incurred today will provide benefit for so many years. That is why the 2 lakh will be called as expenditure, that too exactly capital expenditure. Okay, write down. Clear na? All are clear? Okay, thank you. Right here. Because of this expenditure, the performance of the vehicle, increased, and this increase will continue to remain. This increase will continue to remain for future years. Full stop. So it is a, yes, it is a capital expenditure. Good. Huh? Okay. Same type. Okay. We'll discuss. Just you write down. So far we have covered only 5 transactions. Friends, let's go for transaction number 6. Paid for increasing the sitting capacity of a cinema hall. Good. Same. You just copy down. Because the capacity of a cinema hall is restricted. You cannot increase its capacity on your own unless otherwise a particular payment is made to the government. Suppose you have put 100 chairs in the balcony. Accordingly, you are paying taxes for 100 chairs. There is a space, you can put another 20 chairs in that balcony, but you cannot put on your own. You have to obtain permission from the government to put additional 20 chairs. Suppose you paid 1000 rupees per chair. Accordingly, you have to pay 20,000 to the government. No doubt you pay regularly 120 taxes for 120 chairs. Monthly tax, entertainment tax, etc. for 120 chairs per month. But for putting additional 20 chairs, you have to obtain permission from the government, for which you have to pay 20,000. Example. The 20,000 you pay to put additional 20 chairs in the space available in the balcony is expenditure. Yes or no? Okay. Which type? Is it day-to-day expenses? No, sir. It is recurring? No, sir. We have paid it, or we have to pay it once only. At first time only 20,000. Further it doesn't require to pay. So the expenditure will be in the nature of capital expenditure. Okay. So you may write on your own, sir, this is an expenditure in the nature of non-recurring. This expenditure is capital expenditure because it increased the capacity. Capacity increase, performance increase, life increase, then capital expenditure. I had a machine whose useful life was determined and fixed by government from pollution point of view, etc. It's 10 years. I used the machine for 10 years. After using it, I was bound to demolish, dispose of it because government had given permission for 10 years only. Though the machine was good, still I was bound to discard it. Now I am running a machine which is in good condition and its life is going to over as per government restriction. To the best of my knowledge, this machine I can use further 5 years, but it needs permission from the government. I paid 30,000 before the government to use this machine further 5 years. So 30,000 paid, life of machine 5 years increased. 30,000 is capital expenditure. Very simple. Expenditure incurred for increasing life, increasing performance, increasing capacity. Sir, capacity? Maruti van, Omni. It's 5-seated. That doesn't mean it can carry only 5 passengers. It can carry 8 passengers also. To carry 8 passengers, I have to incur 2 types of expenditure. Expenditure for putting another seat and expenditure to acquire permission from Regional Transport Authority (RTA). Without RTA permission, in our registration certificate, RC book, capacity is mentioned as 5-seated. RC book contains 5-seater, but we are carrying 8 passengers, illegal. So, before carrying 8 passengers, I must convert my RC book. I must try to change RC book contents as 5-seater into 8-seater. For that purpose, we have to make some payment to the RTA, Regional Transport Authority, RTA. The expenses incurred for payment to RTA, expenses incurred for putting another seat in the Maruti van Omni. 2 types of expenses, both aggregated to 25,000. The 25,000 is capital expenditure because capacity increased. Capacity increased, performance increased, life increased. Expenses incurred to do all these 3 things are capital in nature. Hence, expenses incurred to increase the sitting capacity of cinema hall is capital expenditure. Okay? Next. Sorry. Write the narration. Because of this expenditure, the earning capacity is increased. The earning capacity is increased. The earning capacity is increased in long run. Long run, R-U-N, run, full stop. Therefore, it is capital expenditure. Full stop. Ready? Hope you all are getting clear. Shall I go for the next one? Payment made for obtaining a license for running a restaurant. Friends, to run a bar, to run a restaurant, to run any business house, it needs obtaining license. It may be a revenue license, it may be trade license, etc. If no such license is required, at least one license is required, that is trade license, which must have been obtained from the concerned local authority. For example, you want to start small business in Barampur locality. You must obtain a license from Barampur municipality. Otherwise, your business will be treated as illegal. Even a tea stall, even fast food maker, they need license from municipality. Otherwise, they cannot run the business legally. Okay? So, I would like to start a restaurant in Barampur. I must have to obtain a license from government, for which I have to make some payments. Friends, in the last class, I had told you, before starting a business, any amount incurred, any expenses paid, small or big, regular or by chance, all are capital expenditures. You just say me, payment made for obtaining a license for running a restaurant. When to make such payment? Before start of restaurant or after start? Obviously before commencement of restaurant, before starting the restaurant. So such expenditure is capital expenditure. Yes? Exactly. After making such payment, each year we have to pay some amount to continue that license. Since you are paying each year, the benefit you are deriving is for 1 year only. So, after obtaining such license, the payments made each year is revenue expenditure. But the first amount you paid to obtain the license is capital expenditure. Clear? Good. Write down. It is a capital expenditure. It is a capital expenditure because it is necessary, to start the business, because it is necessary to start the business, and it is paid before commencement of the business. Before commencement of the business. Okay? Full stop. Number 8. Payment of rent and salary. What you will say? You say it. Rent and salary. Yes? Good. Good. Payment of rent and salary are revenue expenses. Okay? Write down. Payment of rent and salaries. Payment of rent and salaries are revenue expenses. revenue expenses because these are incurred in ordinary course of business. In ordinary course of business. Ordinary course of business. Okay, full stop. Next, cost of whitewashing of a building. Every year we need to put whitewash in a building or in the building. The main purpose is to keep the building in good condition. Okay. By whitewashing, yes, building life increases. No. Building life not increases. Rather, the building is kept in its good condition. Okay. Yes. Write down. It is a revenue expenditure. Point number 9. It is a revenue expenditure because it is incurred, incurred, incurred to maintain the building in good condition. Okay. Last, cost of changing tires and tubes of delivery van. We have a delivery van. We have a van, mini truck for delivering the goods at the destination of customers. Okay. It has 4 wheels. We incurred something or some amount to change the tire and tubes of the wheels of our delivery van. By changing tire tube, can the delivery van becomes or the mini truck becomes a truck? No. It will remain in its same condition. Life, performance, everything remains same. Okay. It's day-to-day maintenance, day-to-day expenses of the delivery van, hence revenue expenditure. Okay. Write down. It is a revenue expenditure because the new tires and tubes does not increase the earning capacity. Does not increase the earning capacity. Rather, it is necessary to keep the asset in running condition. Okay, full stop. Okay friends, let's stop now. We'll see in the next class. Hope you have acquired good knowledge about new concept capital and revenue. Let's proceed in the next class about other items of this chapter. Okay, thank you, bye bye.